Hi, I'm Lisa Ray and welcome to my kitchen. Here we're going to be creating some fantastic dishes that are typically made with meat, but we don't use meat in my kitchen. Oh no. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be making it vegan. Okay, so for today's meal we're going to make a Tuscan soup. And that is typically made with an Italian sausage, but we're not going to be using sausage. Oh no. You can use any kind of plant-based, meatless sausage that you like. I am going to try this one. I have used others before. This is actually going to be the first time I'm using this particular brand. I'm not sponsoring anybody, so I don't know if this particular brand's any good. It's the first time I'm trying it. My store just started carrying it. So, I normally use a Light Life. Oh my god, their stuff is really good. So anyways, okay, so this is an organic veggie Italian sausage. It's completely vegan. And so we'll be using that. And we will also need 6 cups of broth. We'll be using a vegetable broth instead of a chicken broth, which the original recipe calls for. And an onion, 1 whole onion, some salt and pepper to taste. Calls for 3 large red potatoes. I got 4 small ones and a big yellow one. All right. So, and we got some kale here. And it calls for evaporated milk, and of course we're not going to do that, so we got soy milk here, and you're going to need about a 4th cup of that. So alright, let's get started. So now that we got our potatoes cleaned and cut into some nice hearty bite-sized chunks, we're going to put them in the pot with our broth, our vegetable broth. And 2 cups of water, and let that cook. So we'll just bring that over here. Try not to get it to splash everything out all over me. Alright, so in that goes. And so that's our 4 cups of the vegetable broth and 2 cups of water. If you have 6 cups of vegetable broth, fantastic. Okay, I did not. And we're going to cook that on a medium-high temperature. We want to bring that to a nice, to a boil so those potatoes can cook down. And notice I left the peels on because that's where all your nutrients and vitamins are. You know that, right? Okay, so now our potatoes are boiling, and I'm leaving the lid on. So all that moisture stays inside, and all that goodness and flavor is all trapped in there. So we're going to keep it on a nice low boil. It's doing great. We're going to get started on our veggie Italian sausage. Even though this particular product is already pre-seasoned to taste like Italian sausage, and I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm not endorsing any one product here, or anyone's product. It's the first time trying this one, so we'll see. I put some organic olive oil in my pan with a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of Italian seasoning, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt there, just a little bit, not too much, and we're going to add a little bit of pepper to it as well. I really like pepper, not salt as much. I also have a little fennel here that I ground up because fennel is definitely one of the ingredients that gives sausage its unique flavor. So I thought it would be fun to add a little bit of that. Our sausage is cooking up quite nicely, and I'm going to add the onions to this now. The recipe called for 3 lengths of Italian sausage for 3.5 ounces. The package of the veggie Italian sausage was 12 ounces, so I used half. So got a lot more meat in there than I guess the original recipe felt it needed, but that's okay. Okay, so now our potatoes are done, and we've turned the heat down to low. and we're just going to let that simmer now for a little while. The sausage we've also turned down to low and put a lid on it and let that simmer. So now we're going to cut up the kale. Now the recipe, the original recipe that I found, called for one bunch of spinach, but I'm going to use this bunch of beautiful Tuscan kale because I'm making Tuscan
our kale
soup.
is
Washed and cut and ready to be put into the soup. So let's do it. So we're going to add our Italian sausage and onions first. Let's turn that off. We'll add that to the broth. I want to do it nice and slow and careful so nothing splashes up and burns you because this is hot. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. And now we're going to add our kale. Give that a little spin. Now we got to let the kale cook down, and so we're going to let that continue to simmer for a little bit longer. Okay, so I've removed the soup from heat now because the kale has cooked down, and oh my god, this looks incredible. Now we're going to add the 1/4 cup of soy milk. This is what replaces the evaporated milk. So we're going to put this in here. We'll just drizzle that in there. Oh my god. Delicious. Well, that's our segment for today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Lisa Ray, and I'm encouraging you the next time you want to cook something, try making it vegan. Because I'm making Tuscan soup. I'm making Tuscan soup. I'm making Tuscan soup.